Alright, Tristop is ready and also hovering over 3. So let us begin the final match of the night here on Classic Tetris League. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Can I help Jeff by redeeming a dozen throw controller on Tristop's channel? Oh man. Alright, we have Jeff getting the first Tetris here. Tristop following suit. So, Jeff now has a hole in the bottom to contend with, while Tristop is maintaining a clean board. And Jeff's going to open up a well there in the middle. Unfortunately, having to block it immediately, as he's not getting good pieces right now. Well's back open. And still no long bar. And Jeff is just dealing with a really rough sequence here. Gets the well open once again, and the long bar is still nowhere to be found. Jeff is now in trouble. That was just an unbelievable game there from Jeff. He tops out at 47,000 points, and that means that Tristop is going to take game 1 here. Kingsman. Yeah, no. But that game was so cursed, though. Yeah, destroying the cart is not the most far-fetched of solutions. The ghost of D-Lo Kart lives. Alright, both players hovering over 3, so let's give a countdown for game 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Hey, hello, Ben Mullen. We have Jeff starting off with a pretty awkward setup there in the middle. He gets a long bar and a J, so unlike last game, getting some really good pieces here. And Jeff's going to score another Tetris. 45,000 points. Jeff hasn't had to burn yet. It'd be hilarious for Jeff to turn this around and fire off a 1.2 or something. Oh yeah, that'd be lovely. Though, I have to say though, with Tristop, you know, who's to say a 1.2 is even enough? Nice Vits there from Tristop. He's going to be able to save himself some burns there, take a Tetris and go to 115,000 points. Jeff, in the meantime, is in the lead with a perfect 136. And Jeff's unfortunately now having to burn, as he had an overhang setup that did not work out. Gonna get the right side uncovered. Gets a J all the way left. He's waiting for a long bar, and it shows up. And there's a Tetris for Jeff to take him to 164. Tristop, in the meantime, taking the lead now with 185,000 points. And Tristop's going to score another Tetris. And so is Jeff. So Jeff now at 222 and Tristop at 215. But Jeff is ahead by 4 lines, so With Tristop scoring a Tetris, we now see the same line count, and Tristop is ahead by 16,000 points. So Tristop with a very small lead here. And this lead can go either way depending on who runs into a burning situation. It looks like right now it's going to be Jeff. Got a couple of uncomfortable pieces there. It's forcing him to take a few burns to keep the stack reasonable. Now Jeff is clean once again. He's waiting for a Tetris. Has to take a safety triple as he was getting a little high, but there's the long bar finally. Nice T adjustment for the Z there for Jeff. Jeff currently with 256 and Tristop at 307. Tristop with a pretty efficient game right now. And gets an O and a T for a tuck. Tristop is going to stay clean here and Tetris ready. Fortunately, having to deal with an unwanted Z piece. He's going to be able to get the Tetris though, and that S burn is going to uncover the hole. Jeff now running into a situation. And Jeff looking for a Z or a T to get out. And there's the T. Right side is now reopened. Jeff now just needs a long bar. And Jeff's taking his burns as he continues waiting. Finally, he's done waiting. So he gets a Tetris, and there's a simul Tetris. Tristop was getting a little high there himself. He was able to get the long bar in a reasonable amount of time to stay out of too much trouble. And now Jeff sets up a left well and gets an L tuck. See, right now we have 339 for Jeff and 393 for Tristop. And these players are one line apart, so it looks like we have a real 2 to 3 Tetris lead for Tristop considering the line count. Jeff gets a left well, goes to 362. Tristop with some overhangs. He's going to tuck a Z. And now there's a floating Mino. Tristop's able to get a Tetris. But forcing him to, this is forcing him to take quite a few burns. A nice T flat there from Tristop. Tristop is now almost clean. Finally uses the J piece for a tuck. Sets up an S flat. So now it's a J dependency on the left side. And now he's setting up some burns. He's able to get some doubles. And Tristop finally reopens the right side. And in the meantime, Jeff has taken the lead. We have 487 for Jeff and 475 for Tristop. However, Tristop takes the lead right back, and he's still behind by 3 lines, so Tristop is still playing this game a bit more efficiently than Jeff. Jeff is now 2 lines away from transitioning. Now 1 line, and finally gets a Tetris, and Jeff transitions with a 514. Tristop, I don't know what the intent was there with the J piece, but now he has a pair of holes in his stack. Now he's converted to a dirty Tetris setup, and he gets the Tetris to transition to 545. Jeff, in the meantime, is in the lead right now at 566, but has several holes in his stack. He's able to get the long bar all the way right. Jeff slowly but surely able to get down to these holes. And great pieces there for Jeff. He's only got 1 hole left to uncover. However, it's buried by over 5 rows of weight. Unfortunately, Jeff is not in a position to score Tetris anytime soon, and in the meantime, Tristop has a clean board. Tristop is now down by only 1 Tetris. He gets the long bar, and now catches up to Jeff. Both players have 590. However, we have Tristop only now getting into level 22, whereas Jeff is just 1 burn away from level 23. So Tristop is so far having a bit more runway here. Jeff unfortunately is dealing with a bit of jaggedness on the left side. And he's forced to take some more burns as a result of the pieces he's getting. Jeff's getting a little higher there. He's trying to set up a row 2 Tetris, but RNG is just not giving in. Jeff's taking some burns. He's still holding out for this long bar, and finally it shows up. But now his stack is going to require quite a bit of TLC now, as there's holes all over the place. Tristop, in the meantime, now has a lead by about 2 Tetrises. And he's still back on level 24, whereas Jeff is on 25. Jeff's going to have to... Oh, Jeff hangs a T piece. He's able to tuck an O piece, but he's not able to do much else afterward. And he's going to top out at 671, so Tristop at 728 is good and will take game 2. Jeff just needs a long bar has been a theme tonight. True. $600K is like my max out move. Will you add $10 to the prize pool if I get 800K? Alright, both players are ready. So here's a countdown for game 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We can add $10 for every 10K I get. I think it's a good idea. Dog can just get 5 more 1.2s the next time he plays, apparently. Oh yeah, he had the freaking back 4 back 1.2 in CTM. What the heck? Anyway, we have both players with clean stacks here. Tristop gets a Tetris and goes to 25,000 points. Jeff now has 3 Tetrises in hand, 68,000 points, and he hasn't had to burn yet. There's another Tetris for Jeff. Go to 91,000 points. We have now 115 for Jeff. He's had to take some burns as he's now having to wait for this next long bar. And finally it shows up. He goes to 140 with a Tetris. Tristop in the meantime, 98,000 points. Hitting an S spin. And setting up for a Tetris with a J single. And a long bar is going to show up for Tristop. And he's going to go to 122,000 points. He's currently 3 lines behind. So the 40,000 point deficit actually translates to about 1 Tetris down for scoring potential. Tristop gets another Tetris, stacking a bit high to get it. And there's another Tetris for Tristop. He's ready for one more. And there's another Tetris for Tristop. He's maintaining a very nice looking board here with 194,000 points. However, Jeff is still in the lead with a 235. He's played a very efficient game so far here. Jeff's now taking some burns. But reopens the right side and gets a Tetris, so Jeff now has 262. And Tristop is still trying to catch up. There's a Tetris for Tristop. And Jeff has some weight on the right side now, so Jeff's going to be slowed down just a little bit. He's going to open up the right side with just 2 more burns, but he puts an L over the left side. So Tristop is going to take the lead just like that, and Jeff's going to hang a Z piece on the left, so now he's forced to take more burns. Jeff now gets out of it and gets a Tetris and goes to 296,000 points. Just 1 single behind Tristop right now. There's a Tetris for both players. There's still that 1 single difference. There's another Tetris for Jeff. Tristop looking for a T piece for the left. And nice Z adjustment there for the long bar from Tristop. Tristop scores another Tetris. It's now 370 for Tristop, 387 for Jeff. Both players at the 2/3 mark in level 18. So from the looks of it, both players have the potential to transition 550 to 600,000 if they're able to play efficiently through this last part of level 18. And there's another Tetris for both players. 455 for Jeff, 439 for Tristop. These players are just stacking nice and clean. We have a pretty good adjustment there from Tristop. Setting up an O-tuck there with the O piece next. And Jeff's going to score a Tetris and go to 531. Looking for a J, gets a long bar, but that converts the dependency to an LJ dependency. So still looking for specific pieces to get out of this. And now he needs another L or a J. Jeff gets the J piece and is set up for a Tetris now. And there's a long bar. Tetris for Jeff's going to take him to 557. If he wants the 600 transition, he cannot burn any more. Fortunately, he's forced to put the Z on the right side, so we're going to see a 582 transition here from Jeff. Meanwhile, Tristop is at 600k with still one line to go before transition. Very efficient game here from both players. And so it looks like it's going to be post that decides the outcome of this set. We're going to see a game 4. Is Tristop going to take this in a sweep? Tristop running into a couple problems in his stack. He's able to take some nice burns though. So much needed long bar to open up the right side, but needs another one to score. There's the Tetris, and now he's L dependent. Well, he was L dependent. Finally gets the L piece, and he scores a Tetris. So Tristop now in the lead with 685. Jeff at 666. Pretty cursed score there. Jeff set up for a Tetris, and he gets it. Goes to 697 into level 22. Tristop in the meantime with a couple of holes. Gonna get a helpful long bar to go left. And Jeff is gonna take the lead there by 2,000 points. Jeff now needs to uncover the right side, and he does so, and he gets a Tetris. There's a Tetris for both players, so 756 for Jeff, 752 for Tristop, but Tristop's still on level 22, whereas Jeff is on 23. So, in terms of scoring potential, Tristop currently is in the lead, and oh my goodness, that Z was very high up, and he was able to get the long bar over it. That was a very close call there for Tristop. That long bar barely cleared it. Jeff's going to score another Tetris. He now has 801,000, so leading over Tristop now by 8,000 points. And Tristop with a left well Tetris is going to take the lead back. But Jeff is going to score once again into level 25. Though Jeff is now taking some burns. And with that Tetris from Tristop, he's going to reclaim the lead. Going to 862. Really spicy game in post here. Both players working with near 600 transitions. We're seeing this translate to some big scores here already on 25. Tristop with a lot of holes in his stack is in trouble. Jeff is holding out for a long bar. He's able to get the Tetris though. Tristop in the meantime still in a lot of danger. He doesn't get the S all the way right, and he's gonna hang and top out at 868. So Jeff with a 914. On 27, we'll take game 3. Oh, he's not going to go for the max. Okay. Just topping out there. Being a gentleman. Yeah, very solid indeed. Both players are ready once again, wasting no time here. Here we go with game 4 in 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I feel anxiety watching this and I like it. Oh yeah, lots of close calls to go around. And Tristop is looking for already a Z or a T piece to go left. He gets the T. And unfortunately, gets an awkward Z. He only had spots for an S. Gonna be able to burn it out in one line. Tristop's gonna get a second Tetris, go to 46,000 points. Jeff takes a triple into a Tetris and now has 51,000. Jeff had a chance to play that out efficiently, but unfortunately he got up too high and was forced to burn there. So RNG kind of preventing him from playing perfect. And now we have Jeff blocking the well there right as the long bar showed up, but now he gets another long bar and he gets a Tetris and goes to 120,000 points. Tristop with a Tetris goes to 137. Tristop only with one burn so far. He's playing pretty efficient so far. Redundancies. Now Tristop's looking for a piece to resolve the overhang setup. He gets the J and a long bar to fill in the line dependency that resulted from it. And there's another Tetris from Tristop to go to 184. Jeff not too far behind at 170. Now Jeff's looking for a long bar more than halfway up the stack. And there it is, finally. He gets another Tetris right on its heels. He goes to 218,000 points. But Tristop scores a Tetris and goes to 253, staying ahead by more than a Tetris. Yeah, that was a well placed comment from Ben Mullen. All right, we have Tristop getting a little high there, waiting for the long bar. It finally shows up, and he's able to bring the stack down with two Tetrises. We have 300,000 points for Tristop and 270 for Jeff. Jeff with a little bit of weight on the right side. And Jeff reopens the right side. He's line dependent on the left, but can get a Tetris down the right side. Jeff's going to block the well now. So now he's forced to rest this board from halfway up. Hey, welcome in, Vince. And we have Jeff waiting for a long bar once again. And he barely gets that long bar right. And he's going to take a triple with the next long bar due to the hole that was in the fourth row. But he's set up for a row 2 Tetris. And Jeff's going to get that Tetris and go to 335. However, with those additional burns from Jeff and Tristop staying clean the whole time, we have Tristop in the lead now substantially, as he currently has 427 and Jeff has 337. That would amount to about a 4 Tetris lead there for Tristop. Tristop's getting a little high here, and the well's still blocked. He's going to have to very quickly get pieces over left and right. Tristop's in a little bit of trouble now. And he's trying to survive. He doesn't get the long bar left, and Tristop tops out at 432. So Jeff needs to chase down 433 in order to force a decider. Will be accomplished if he gets a Tetris here. Fortunately, that left well is blocked. And now the left well is reopened. At See if he can get the long bar for the Tetris. He takes a triple and gets a Tetris, and that will be enough for Jeff to force a decider. Alright, we have hover threes from both players, so it is time to get this decider underway. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Jeff about to make Tristop pay him $1,000. Let me find out a bet like that was made. And we have both players here with one Tetris in hand. Neither player having to take a burn yet. Jeff's gonna take a nice J single there. And there's a Tetris for Jeff. Gonna go to 46,000 points. And there's a third one to go to 69,000. And Tristop gets a Tetris. He also goes to 69,000. Now 92,000 points. Now just one single ahead of Jeff. And Jeff gets a Tetris and goes to 117. Tristop also with a 117, but one single behind. Now Tristop's forced to take a couple of burns here. And finally Tristop reopens the right side. Nice couple of adjustments. Tristop's ready for a Tetris. And there it is, 164 for Tristop. Although he misdrops the S piece afterward. Now has a hole in his stack. He's going to set up a delay burn with a T. And he's able to uncover the hole with just a single. Here's another Tetris for Tristop to go to 212. Keeping up with Jeff now, who's at 209. Though Jeff is 4 lines behind. So we still have Jeff with a bit of a lead, though. Now he's forced to take some burns. Jeff's now rebuilt the stack. He's ready for a Tetris. Jeff's trying not to put too many pieces on the right so we can have some burning options. But Lombard still didn't show up, and now he's in a bit of trouble. And Jeff gets a pole vault for the Z piece. But would like a J or a long bar. He gets the long bar all the way left. And finally getting some more helpful pieces to bring the stack down some more. Nice pieces there for Jeff, but he's still not done. And the right side's reopened for Jeff. Great survival there. He's going to take a double into a Tetris to go to 260. And now taking the lead from Tristop, though Tristop's going to take it back with a Tetris. And he gets another one to make sure that Jeff doesn't try to come back here. And Jeff, unfortunately, is running to a bit of an uncomfortable stack once again. There's a very low left side. You're getting just S's, Z's, and T's everywhere. Thankfully for Jeff, he's able to have good spots for them. And oh, Tristop with a very messy board now. Did not see what happened there. And Tristop is now in survival mode. And he's able to take burn after burn after burn to bring the stack down slowly. Single by single. And Tristop's going to bring the stack down to a much safer level now. He's almost opened up the middle. And there we go. The middle is now open. Makes the line adjustment for the J piece. However, in the meantime, while Tristop is digging here, Jeff is opened up now 3 Tetris lead at 383,000 compared to Tristop's 319. Jeff's going to score another Tetris and sets up for yet another. Jeff taking full advantage here of Tristop's digging situation. Jeff with like a J or a long bar. He gets the long bar to open up the right side. Not quite Tetris ready. He's going to use the long bar in column 9 to get Tetris ready. And he gets another long bar to score. And oh, it looks like an early shift there of the Z piece from Jeff. He was ready to score Tetris with that long bar. But unfortunately, now he's going to have to take some burns himself. However, this isn't costing Jeff much, as Tristop is still in his dig. And Jeff's going to transition at 484, 140,000 points ahead of Tristop, who's at 342. The really suffer second half of this game. Tristop's going to transition with a triple and getting 349. Jeff's able to score a triple there, bring the stack down to a much safer height. And now both players are on level 20. We have 515 for Jeff and 356 for Tristop. Jeff's now having to take some burns. And Tristop now has a clean board, so this could be the beginning of Tristop making a comeback here. After falling way behind with that very large, lengthy dig. And a perfect clear there for Jeff. Amazing. Now has 551,000 points here on level 22. He's going to score another Tetris, go to 579. And Jeff's now having to take some burns. He's getting some good pieces to continue burning without causing too much trouble for his stack. But unfortunately, that run of good RNG is stopping now as he has a very awkward setup there in the middle of his stack. He's going to need some very specific pieces to get out of this efficiently. And Jeff just bringing his stack as low as he can with the pieces that he has. Jeff's just looking to uncover that hole, but the pieces just aren't working in his favor. And in the meantime, Tristop is almost fully caught up. We have 611 for Jeff and 607 for Tristop. And Tristop's going to get a Tetris and take the lead, going to 638. All this burning from Jeff is exactly what Tristop needed to be able to recover the deficit that had accumulated in level 18. And Jeff finally gets clean, scores a Tetris, and goes to 659. And we have Tristop at 675. And Jeff's going to finally reopen the right side. Now he just needs a long bar for a Tetris. And unfortunately, it's going to come after he burns out of Tetris readiness. But he is set up for another one. And there's the Tetris for Jeff to go to 708. Tristop in the meantime with a Z-hang on the left side. He's going to top out at 747. So Jeff only needing a couple of burns here. His target is 748. And he will take this decider. And there's the triple. That's going to be enough for Jeff. He makes it to kill screen with a 755. And Jeff takes the decider and the set. That will earn him his first match win of the season.